It's just a rascal.
He's just a rascal. Oh, that was
He's good. He was.
It's unbelievable. Do you know what though? It's like there's not many people like my daughter who watches a little bit of boxing. All she talks about is Ben Whittaker, and she's like, he's so cool. And like we're watching that up there. This kid's an absolute superstar. I mean, you've got to do, you know, when you're in above your levels, if you like, or Gavazi's below his levels. Tough kid, but what you've got to do is you've got to go in there and you've got to produce a showreel performance that just gets blasted all over the digital media with everybody just going, wow. Ben Whittaker is an absolute superstar and we have got the absolute golden goose. This guy is going to be massive and he can fight like fuck. Don't get me wrong, tougher tests to come. But that's what you've got to be doing. What a beautiful start from him tonight.
I'm sure you would have seen that Simon Jordan said that Boxer did all the hard work and basically just gave you Whittaker on a plate.
You don't have to do any hard work with Ben Whittaker because he's a superstar. Ben Whittaker did all his own self-promotion. He built his own platform on social media. He was the one producing the performances. So look, it doesn't really matter what happened in the past. What happens is what the future and what's happening now. And Ben Whittaker is a Matchroom and DAZN fighter, and we have got him at the time that he is about to explode into superstardom in global boxing. So, yeah, congratulations to everybody that got him to this point. What matters is fucking now. And we are fucking hot to trot, baby, because let me tell you, Ben Whittaker is coming.
How quick are we going to see him in 2026?
Very soon. I think, look, the reality is we want to make him a global star. America already loves him, and they're going to love the kind of performances and the kind of energy that he's got. So you're probably going to see him out early in 2026 in America, and then back potentially kind of late spring. And look at all the fights that are there. I mean, you know, Zach Parker, Dan Aziz, Craig Richards, Willie Hutchinson, those kind of levels. Then you've got Yard, Boatsy, Smith. Then you've got the big boys, Benavidez. We're going to get there. He's had 11 fights. And I know everybody will want him to move nice and quickly. And he will move quickly for the number of fights that he's had. But we're going to do it right with this guy. He's super special. Super special.
How did you score Vong and Quinn?
I thought Cameron Vong won the fight 6-4. I thought he lost the first fight 6-4, and I thought he won the second fight 6-4. So, but a fight that can go either way, like the first fight. And you know, Cameron will be really disappointed, but he's only had 10 fights, and he's jumping in. He's fought Gavin Gwynn twice in 10 fights. He's a young man, and he's a very good fighter. So he'll keep his chin up, and he'll be back 100%.
Aaron Bowen?
I thought it was a very close fight. I mean, we'll run that one back in 2026. It was like Aaron Bowen, for all his faults, just give us fight of the year contenders all the time, even when he's in 8-round fights. And that was a number. I mean, it's a brilliant show because there's so many good fights, and then Whittaker comes in and does that. It's just like the perfect ending. And what time is it? 10:15? 10:24, and we're all done. Sweet as a nut.
You ain't done yet. What did you make of Nipplegate yesterday?
What's that?
Nipplegate.
I mean, Joe Pugh, you know, look, I think, you know, for me, I think all I would say is that women, Katie Taylor, they've worked very hard to get women's boxing in a position of credibility. Listen, each to their own. It's not for anybody to tell anybody what someone should be doing. We can all have opinions, and my opinions are that, you know, like I said, I think there are some phenomenal female fighters out there, and the fact that, you know, they want to be respected in their own right as an athlete and as a talent, but everyone's different. So, like, it's not for me to say what's right or wrong. I can just give you my opinion.
Molly McCann, though?
Molly McCann boxed really well. I don't think she's very happy with her performance. I haven't seen her yet, but it's her second fight. Yeah. She was game the opponent. I mean, look, credit to her. She come out, she got a bad cut, and it was a good fight.
Just quickly, did you see, obviously, Ben Shalom had his first show tonight? Yeah. Quote Ben Shalom, he's a 50-year-old man living off his dad's
Working
for his dad, sorry.
I'm 46. I do work for my dad. I will always work for my dad. When my dad dies, I will still be working for my dad. And I'm very proud of what he built, and he's a hero of mine. So it's an absolute honour for me to be working for my father. I'm running the company. We have made it together, I guess, the most successful sports business company in the history of our country, with a valuation well in excess of £1 billion. I think we've done really well. So I'm happy to work for my dad. You know, I know everybody's going to want to get my reaction to what he said, but my thoughts are with him. I mean, I saw some of the stuff tonight. I mean, it's you know, it's sad times, and Did Fraser Clark lose?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love Fraser, but obviously that's another one of his fighters that are done and gone now. And his other fighter, the biggest star of his stable, just boxed on there for me and was absolutely sensational. So, you know, there's lots I could say, but like I said, my thoughts are with him, and this isn't for everybody. Do you know what I mean? When your back's against the wall, what you can't do is go missing and just have no backbone. What's the animal with no backbone? What's an animal with no backbone? What's it called? With no vertebrae? Jellyfish? No. But listen, he's got a lot of work to do. But one thing he says is, you know, I don't like the whole victim, you know, all that. They just don't want to let me in. Oh, what do you think happened with me? I mean, you're going back to when I come along. Every promoter in the business got together and had a photo where they all put their hands in the middle and said, "We're coming to get Hearn." And look what happened. I smashed them all up. And do you know what? I'm that sick in the head that I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do it in America as well. And they all did it in America as well. Leonard Ellerby, Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum. And look at me now. So you can't really question my credentials. When you say, yeah, I'm like the same kind of age as him, you know, no. Don't ever compare yourself to me. Because you couldn't lace my fucking boots. And let me tell you something else now. The only similarity that we have, and we will ever have, is that we both had the exclusive Sky Sports contract. Okay? Now, what I did, and part of my big legacy, what I will always be known as, is taking that platform and making it the best and biggest sports platform for boxing on the planet, with the best times ever for British boxing. That will be my legacy. And you know what his legacy will be? He fucked it all up and basically made Sky Sports never want to touch boxing again. So, and that right now is his legacy. So focus on yourself, because right now there's winners and there's losers, baby. It doesn't matter what age you are. Who's not going to let me do that? Grow a backbone and come out fighting. You know. But that's that. Right now, that's the legacy. So look, as I said, I wish him all the best. I genuinely do. I don't see him as a competitor. I see people, you know, there's great promoters out there that should get more airtime, right? Izzy Ezzy, GBM, Johnny Clark, top tier. They're much better promoters than Ben Shalom. A promoter's not someone that goes on a little bit of a run and goes, I'm not going to do an interview, and goes hiding for 5 months. You come out, you put your balls on the line. Yeah? That's what you do, and that's what these guys are doing all the time. So, look, respect to all the promoters out there. It's not easy.
Last one. Are you getting questions about people asking you if AJ Paul is scripted?
Yes. I mean, I don't like... One, it's completely illegal, right? It's a sanctioned fight where people can place bets on the fight. It's completely illegal to have any kind of script. We would never... Could you imagine a conversation? Oh, yeah, hi, Eddie, and what we're going to do is we're going to come out in the second round, right? We're going to throw a jab. Like, what? Let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you the script for AJ against Jake Paul. The bell's going to go. AJ's going to go out, take the middle of the ring, and he's going to unload the heaviest artillery on Jake Paul's chin he can as quickly as possible. And he's going to knock him spark out. If you think this is scripted, wait till you see what happens on December 19th, because you will go, fuck me. One thing's for sure, that weren't scripted.
Eddie Hearn, thank you very much. Just quickly, obviously IFL turned 15 years this month, so obviously you was a big part of that as well.
Yeah,
so.
I was 35 when I started. Yeah, look, I think everybody who's been part of this unbelievable whirlwind will probably say the same thing. Where has the time gone? And that's really the beauty and the essence of how much we've enjoyed our life and how much we love what we do, because it's gone like that. You know, it only feels like yesterday when we were, you know, you interviewed me in the Olympia, you know, Blackpool, you know, and again, I know that sometimes I get work for my dad and all that kind of stuff. You know the yards that have been put in over the last 15 years, and the same for you boys as well. We've all worked our absolute bollocks off, and we've all given so much to the sport, and we love the sport. That's the reality. We're very lucky to do what we do, and we're all, you know, we've all played a big part for British boxing. Obviously me the most, but you very close and right up there as well. I think IFL have been such a massive part of British boxing over the last 15 years. How you did it, I mean, you carved that. Basically, you were like popping up in like nightclubs, you know, back with good old Mickey Norcross and Sugar Hut, and you were like, oh yeah, what do you call it? I Film London. I Film London. Look, and you've created a great business, but you've also created a platform and a community that is a one-stop shop for fight fans. So congratulations on your effort. Thank you to everybody that supported IFL for the last 15 years, and we're just getting started, everybody.